Now it's time for your 420 Radio News for Friday, March 29th, 2013. I'm Russ Belville. Kentucky lawmakers overwhelmingly support hemp production and research. This from the dailychronic.net. House and Senate lawmakers on Tuesday overwhelmingly passed Senate Bill 50, which seeks to permit state-sponsored research pertaining to the cultivation of industrial hemp and imposes regulations to allow for the plant's licensed production as an agricultural commodity. Proponents of the measure acknowledge that public pressure to pass the bill helped achieve the last-minute deal. Senate Bill 50 will establish conditions and procedures for the licensing of industrial hemp growers by the Department of Agriculture. It designated the Kentucky Industrial Hemp Commission to work in concert with the State Department of Agriculture and also tasks the University of Kentucky Agricultural Experimental Station to engage in research related to hemp production. The bill passed the House by a vote of 88-4. The Senate reapproved the measure by a vote of 35-1. Senate Bill 50 now goes to the desk of Democrat Governor Steve Beshear, who has said he shares the concerns of Kentucky State Police, who oppose the bill, but has not indicated whether he intends to veto the measure. Ever try pot? Answer yes, and the U.S. won't let you in. From kplu.org. More and more Canadians are learning the hard way that admitting to U.S. border agents that you smoked pot can bar you from entering the country forever. Immigration lawyers say some Canadians are under the mistaken impression that legalization of marijuana in Washington state has resulted in leniency by U.S. border agents here, but it hasn't. Marijuana is still an illegal substance under federal law. In an email, Thomas Schreiber, Chief Customs and Border Patrol Officer, laid out what U.S. immigration law says about who can be denied entry into the country. Under the law, you are ineligible to receive visas and ineligible to be admitted to the United States if you, quote, voluntarily admit to having committed a crime involving moral turpitude, end quote. And you are forever in a database and have to go through the expense and time of seeking a special waiver every time you want to cross the border. The Vermont House considers marijuana decriminalization bill from the Burlington Free Press. The marijuana samples were discreetly tucked in a manila envelope. Public Safety Commissioner Keith Flynn didn't ask for them to be brought out until the end of his testimony to the House Judiciary Committee and said he couldn't pass them around. Marijuana is illegal, Flynn noted, so he had to be discreet, but he wanted the committee to see what 1 and 2 ounces looked like as legislators considered decriminalizing small amounts. The definition of small amount matters, Flynn said. He said he supports decriminalization, but 2 ounces is too much. I think 1 ounce is more appropriate, Flynn told the committee. The bill that the committee is considering, H-200, calls for decriminalization of 2 ounces or less, making it a civil offense with a $100 fine. Committee Chairman Bill Lippert, Democrat of Heinsberg, said Flynn's wariness over the quantity matters to him, and that will be a key topic of discussion in the next week or so. Lippert said, however, that he thinks there is strong support in the committee and the legislature for decriminalization, and he expects the committee to vote out a bill within the next couple of weeks. Former MSNBC host Dylan Ratigan thanks marijuana growers for hydroponics. Former MSNBC host Dylan Ratigan thanked comedian Tommy Chong and marijuana growers for perfecting hydroponic farming technology. I'd like to issue a letter of gratitude to Tommy and all the hydroponic marijuana growers in the world, he said on The Young Turks. As much as porn made the internet, the cutting edge of hydroponic lighting and water flow and nutrient film technique that really has been perfected as a result of the marijuana industry is the very techniques that we are now benefiting to yield incredibly nutritious kale, bok choy, Swiss chard, basil, bell peppers. You pick it. So Tommy, thank you. After ending his 3-year run at MSNBC, Ratigan moved to Southern California to pursue a career as an organic hydroponic farmer. He claimed the farm he now works on uses 90% less water, yet produces 3 times the amount of food compared to traditional farms. Because of the incredible investment from the marijuana industry over the past couple of decades, the available technology for hydroponic kale farmers and basil farmers like myself is absolutely stunning. And because of the legalization of marijuana in so many places, while marijuana prices are declining, kale prices are rising, he added. And that's your 420 Radio News for Friday, March 29th, 2013. I'm Russ Belville. When we come back, we go behind the headlines and take a look at a case in Kansas of two former CIA employees and how they were raided by SWAT teams. You're listening to 420radio.org. This is the Russ Belville Show. We'll be right back.